Hey guys, happy Wednesday. If you can see and hear me, let me know. Put a wave or a hello in the comments so I know that this is working. I know that you can hear me. I usually can't see any of you are here until the end of the video, but that's okay. I actually figured out how to put the description and the links in now. So that should be up above in the video for the paint that I'm using and some other links up there. So fingers crossed this is all working. Nothing like too magical or too crazy today, but I just thought I'd share. I found this table at a thrift store. Oh gosh. Okay, let's just turn this so you're not going to see me very much, but I found this table. It probably stands about 2 feet tall, a little bit taller, at a thrift store. It was $4.88, and it is a really good table, an Ethan Allen table. I actually found an Ethan Allen coffee table at a yard sale a while ago. And it is the most sturdy piece of furniture we have in our house. It's amazing. It's got drawers, and forever everybody told me, don't paint it. It's Ethan Allen, you can't paint it. I hated it, the color it was. And it was gonna be in our house, and so I finally painted it, and now I love it. That is actually on the blog. The makeover of that is actually on the blog. I painted it a blue, and then I went with a creamy white, and I absolutely love it now. So if you're finding thrift store furniture, or if you bought a piece of new furniture a few years ago and you don't love it anymore, paint it. It's going in your house. If you want to paint it, paint it. You have to love it. You have to live with it. There's no rules against, painting that's my view. If I'm going to have it here in my house, I want it exactly how I want it. And this is why I have shared all the tips on how you decorate your home on a yard sale budget, because you don't need to spend tons of money on brand new furniture right out of a showroom or out of a furniture store. You don't have to. You can get the exact look you want by buying great pieces of furniture at a thrift store or a yard sale, and then putting it or painting it or making it over exactly how you want that'll fit in your style. So you can see a lot of people will say, oh, that beautiful antique or that beautiful piece of furniture. Usually when I'm picking them up at a thrift store or a yard sale, they're not perfect, which is what I love about them, because their prices are usually way cheaper. And then if you feel bad about painting furniture, you don't feel as bad because, hello. I could go through all the work of sanding this and there's a cat right outside my window. Okay, me and the cat are gonna finish this video. Anyway, so I don't feel bad, and like I said, I could sand this and refinish it and strip it down, but for a $5 table, I'm not gonna do it. It's the perfect size to sit next to a chair or like a sofa for a drink and a book. And I actually, if you saw in my stories, I was in Target a week ago or 2 weeks ago, and in the Hearth and Hand line, there was a small table I was showing. It was just like a round top, and it had 4 straight legs. I think that's all it was, but it was just small like this, and they had it next to a chair, and it was perfect. It was like the perfect size, but I don't even remember what it was. Was it $60 or something crazy? I wouldn't have paid that for it. And then I find this literally this past weekend. What's today? Wednesday. This past weekend, a little table, same thing. And I'm actually going to paint it in a color that will go with our house, and that I love. This color is one of my favorite green colors. Green is my favorite, and this color is called Collard Greens from Dixie Belle Paint. I left a link for it up above, but I just thought since I'm going to paint this, I'd get on here and chit chat with you guys. Last week, I was going to get on and do show you some dresser stuff, but here in Iowa, we decided to have snow and get colder weather, and so it was not conducive for me to be putting painting or putting the different products that I use on furniture on outside, so I had to forego that. Snow. We had that derecho storm in August, and we had snow in October because it's 2020, I guess. So today is actually Matt and I's, that didn't sound right, but our 20th anniversary, which seems crazy. So he was going to take the day off, and we were gonna, I mean, not what can you do right now with the world we're in, but we were just gonna spend the day together, but his uncle unfortunately passed away. And so he is at a funeral today, and I am home. Him and Landon went to a funeral, and then I am home with Gabrielle because we got a call last night that she needs to quarantine. So you never know, do ya? You know, you just can't plan anything. So if I'm painting is like therapy for me, I could paint and paint and paint. And so I thought, I'll just get on and talk with my friends and paint this table and kind of show them what I do. I started a group. We called it the MCD Creative Squad group. And I teach creatives how to make money with their furniture flips. And so it's a lot of fun. It's just kind of we just opened it up to a few people here in the beginning, but I love helping people reach their goals. And so I left a link for it up above. If you want to know when the carts are going to open and the doors are going to open again, you can just sign up with that link up above. But it's a lot of fun. It's more of a one-on-one with me. I feel like I hate losing anybody's messages. And so this is a way for me to kind of for people to have an easier access, and I won't lose any messages, and I can help them with their projects and teach them what I've learned and what's worked for me over the years. So it's a lot of fun. But these are probably my favorite projects, just these easy, small projects that just need a coat of paint. You can flip furniture to sell or for your home. I started flipping furniture just for our home, just because I wanted to decorate our home like I was seeing in the magazines and on the TV shows. But when we bought our first house, our budget was not going to allow me to just go buy all brand new stuff. So I was frustrated, but yet I was determined to get the same look without spending a ton of money. And so that's when I started flipping furniture and just figuring out different ways we can decorate the house without breaking the bank. And then led to all of this. So I am trying really hard not to get this on myself, but why? Why do I should just get on here with my real paint clothes with you guys, because I usually get more paint on myself or my paint clothes than I do on whatever I'm painting. So with Dixie Belle, if you guys have any questions, like I said, it usually comes in at the end. For Dixie Belle paint, you don't have to do a lot of priming, and all I did with this piece was kind of wipe it off with a damp rag just to get all the dust off of it. But other than that, that's all I did. You don't have to do a lot of priming. This will, can you tell, this will take 2 coats. I'm always afraid when I push that down that I'm gonna pop the camera right off. This will take 2 coats of paint, and then it'll be fine. You can add a top coat. That's one of the most questions I get asked. Do you add a top coat? No, not all the time. I like the matte look of this paint, and they do have, if I'm going to put a top coat on, they do have one that has a matte finish. So I always recommend, unless you want a real shiny top coat, you can go with like a satin. Not satin wouldn't be real shiny, but you could go with a different sheen, but I like the matte look. And so you can put a top coat on it. It just depends on the piece. Usually for me, if it's something that gets a lot of wear, like pieces like a buffet or a TV stand that, the TV might be moved around on it, or something like that, I might put a top coat on it. If I'm selling it, I will probably put a top coat on it. But there's no, it's just your preference, really. I love this green so much. So I paint a lot of things in this color. We just got a neutral colored couch in the living room, and so this will go good next to that, or one of the neutral colored, here, let me turn this. Nope, I'm not gonna do that, because that's gonna, neutral colored chairs that we have in that room. I also found this beautiful basket. This was just sitting here. This wasn't like, it's huge. At the thrift store when I found this table. It's so big. It'd be pretty hanging on the wall or just as a catch-all, you know, on a coffee table or somewhere. Who knows where it will end up, but it was too pretty not to grab. So anyway, I think we're going to postpone the anniversary and maybe do that Friday. We're supposed to be closing on we're selling our duplex, and that's supposed to happen on Friday, but we'll see. That stuff always changes. Matt and I are kind of itching to get another flip house or another house project. So once we get the duplex sold, maybe we can, they're just not easy to find. And especially right now, they're even harder to find. But we're just kind of itching for a house project. We finished some of the flooring all of the flooring actually in the lower level of our house. And the only room that we haven't really done a ton to is the bathroom. So we kind of house project out here. We're supposed to be getting a new roof soon, but that's nothing we will do just from the storm. So yeah, I just thought I would get on here because this is what I do. This is just a little bit of therapy. I love painting this kind of stuff. Do any of you like to do this kind of stuff, painting projects and DIY? It's not letting me flip through these very good. I'm hoping this is working. And you guys can see me. If you have any questions about this painting or anything else, leave them in the comments. I'm just gonna finish this little table. Let it dry, and then it'll need another coat, and it'll go perfectly in the living room. But yeah, that's okay. I can see a few more, but not all of them. So just leave your comments or questions. Yes, it's just not Constance. I just saw yours. Painting projects, what is it? It's just like, you don't have to think a lot. The hardest part is figuring out the color, I think. But I mean, once you have your favorites, that's always what I grab. But it's just a way to to be honest, to just unplug and not have a phone in your hand or be sitting at your computer. So it's just, yeah. And things just get a little overwhelming. A little paintbrush, a piece of furniture, and I'm good. Okay, Patty, great question. See, these are the kind of, please keep bringing these questions. No, I love all these questions. Definitely, hands down, Dixie Belle paint would be my number one suggestion. It's so good because you don't have to prime your projects, and they have so many other products that I use. I use their mud for filling in projects. I use their Boss if you want to prime a piece. I just used a new product of theirs that I hadn't, Slick Stick, that I hadn't tried, and that was a great product. And then they have the top coats, and they have the glazes and stains, and they have so many products. I just love Dixie Belle paint. Other than that, I guess my other favorite would be Fusion Mineral Paint. I've done a lot of projects with their paint as well, and I really like their paint. Dixie Belle, way back when this color is called Collard Greens. Here, I'll hold this up so you guys can see it. It's like the perfect, like, army warm green. It's so good, you guys. I think I have a bigger dresser. I think I'm going to do it in this color because I just love it. And then it's kind of got brass, it's all the hardware's there, and it's kind of got brass hardware that I'm going to put it on. So Dixie Belle, way back when, I wasn't a fan of their colors. And then I would say probably maybe 2 years ago, I'm totally guessing, but they revamped their colors, and there are so many good colors. So many. I mean, it was like what they needed. So, I've tried so many other colors and I have my favorites. I could give you a list of the best colors from Dixie Belle Paint, but I just really like their paint. Fusion Mineral Paint, that's another one. They have great colors as well, and it's easy paint to work with. When I was first starting out, I just used whatever can of paint we had. So back in the day, we were always painting walls or whatever. So I was using wall paint on furniture. And so if anybody's starting out, I always say, don't feel like you have to go spend a ton of money on a new paint line, or use what you have just until you kind of get in the groove of painting the furniture and you kind of see what you can do, and use whatever paint you have. But if you are looking for paint for furniture, definitely I would tell you to get Dixie Belle Paint. I just love it so much. And I've done a lot of painting and a lot of projects. We actually used Dixie Belle Paint on a brick wall in like the gallon in one of our flip houses. We used the cotton color in our back porch. Sorry, somebody just called me. On the walls, we use their cotton color. It's like the perfect white color. So yeah, they just have great, great, great colors. Do you know what's so funny? Now that I'm looking on here, and I think I said this last time, some of you, it says bring them on camera, and some of them, it doesn't. Some of you, it doesn't. I don't understand the difference, but that would be kind of fun sometime. Okay. What paint? Okay, I just want to make sure I'm getting through all your questions. Do you have any other questions before I sign off here and wait for this to dry so then I can flip it over? I will paint the underside of this, and then I will paint, you guys can see, the underside of these. So when this fully dries, I will just flip it over, do that, wait for that to dry, flip it back over, and then do the second coat. But yeah, so easy project. Go to your thrift stores and find these easy projects. They're so much fun, and they're done in a few minutes, especially with this paint. But yeah. Okay, I will share a photo in the feed once I get it done, and I put it in the living room or wherever I'm going to put it. But that'll be a couple days because I'm going to wait for this to dry and then do another coat. But one more color suggestion, Lori. Ooh. Okay, I'm going to give you two. So I love their drop. I've always been drawn to warm colors, and so their drop cloth color is so pretty. It's like a creamy white color, but so that's a great color. If you want like a neutral color, no, that was just like that. I have so many projects on the blog too, mycreativedays.com. You will find all these colors on there on different pieces. Their sandbar, I just did another piece in their sandbar. It's more of a taupey beige color, but not taupey and beige. It's a lot lighter. It's kind of hard to explain. It's so good. I always grab drop cloth for everything, but I've been grabbing sandbar a lot more. I want to paint more pieces in that color because it's just so good. It looks so good with wood tones and like greens, and it's just such a great color. Such a great color. So those other two. You're welcome, Constance. You're welcome. Okay, do you have any other questions? I'm going to hop off here, finish this. Okay, I left links up above for you to check out because I think I figured out how to do that. I will go back in and see for sure if those worked, but otherwise I'll hop off now. I will check the feed later for more questions and comments, and otherwise have a great Wednesday.